Hey, this is Keith and Michelle Lawson. We have a small homestead in southeast Missouri. Join us on this first day of March as we'll be seeing all kinds of signs of spring. We're still setting our garden area up, and we're also doing a lot of raking and cleaning up debris from the storms. We'll start on today's projects right after we take care of our chores. I'm out feeding the fish this morning. We got a few that are eating pretty good this morning. I just getting started, so I'm gonna have a bunch more probably. Well, the ducks want to be close to me while I'm out here working on the brush pile. They all come and see what I'm doing. I raked up a bunch of trash and limbs and all that that's been blowing around, and basically I'm just cleaning all that up right now. I got small limb piles everywhere that I've got to collect and throw away. So I don't know if you can see all those or not. But anyway, that's what we're doing on the homestead. I'm taking all of my construction red fence down so that I can put the poles in around the garden, and we're carefully folding it up, laying it flat, and then we'll wrap those up and put them away. I have raked the leaves away from my planting boxes that we made last year. They're not perfectly straight by any means, and that fence was not straight, which caused these not to be straight. So I'm going to have to do the best I can. But we've raked up all of the leaves. I've got all the tomato cages and stuff away. So it's just a matter of coming out here now, stretching my line, putting a stake in on this corner right here, and then we'll do the same thing about removing the leaves and grass down to the next corner. So we're getting it done. Look how good this cover crop did in here. And it's just rich and full of different stuff. Now, some of it may be grass, some of it is oats and bran and just all kinds of stuff, clover, stuff that I'll come in with my weed eater and chop it down, and then put a layer of organic compost over the top, and then we're going to put that black fabric over the top of these. Also burn holes in everywhere where we want to plant, and then control all the weeding and all that stuff that way. And this will be a good project. Well, now that we've got the leaves all raked up, we'll start mulching them by running them over with a mulching push mower. And if you see that bag on the back, the leaves all mulched up will be in that, and we'll take that bag off, walk them over to the compost bin, and then adding those leaves, or some of those leaves, to that compost. Making compost for a garden area is very important to our process and fertilizing and adding mulch to the top. As I've said in previous videos, we don't till anymore. We just keep adding layers of compost and organic fertilizer, such as the duck manure, and soon we'll be adding also chicken manure. This may all look hard, but it really is not. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Working in the garden has always been self-satisfying, and it gives you a sense of well-being. Nothing is like watching the things that you plant grow. Okay, we'll rake these up again, and then I'll dump this bag into my compost bin again and start my compost bin over, since we just used it on the garden. This is our little compost maker. I was doing one side until it got full and then started the other side, but it doesn't take but a minute for it to get full when you're doing all of your kitchen scraps and leaves and grass clippings and all that. So I ended up moving to, I don't know if you can see it or not, that big Sunny solid waste can. And it works just as good, only I have to turn it. It's a little windy outside. You can barely hear what I was saying. But this is the inside of that compost bin, the little one on that turns. And that's the other side. You'll see all kinds of kitchen scraps in there, eggshells, coffee grounds, and those bags are biodegradable. And this is what it looks like after you tumble it a couple of times. Both sides, they mix up real well. And I'll use this to layer the other composter. Okay, here's my compost bin. I won this in a golf tournament, believe it or not. It's from Sunny Solid Waste, and it makes a perfect, I've got holes drilled in the bottom so it will hold water. We just, look at that, we pour all of these mowed over leaves that are mulched better than just regular leaves, and then we'll put stuff over the top of that. So here we go. And for the next project, we removed that orange barrier plastic fencing, and we started putting in the poles on the garden side. Now all that plastic fencing will be folded up neatly. It'll be bound with bungee cords and be taken to the shop to be stored for use at a later time. Well, after we took that fencing and stored it into the shop, I opened up this weed barrier cloth and put it back into place just where we had it last year. I had it marked, so it was easy for me to line those holes up on the line where we spread the compost. Now, it was a very windy day, but I had to do this so that that cloth didn't just blow away. Now, these panels are super easy to move. I actually just put them down so that the wind didn't blow them away. It's about a 20-mile-per-hour wind. On a less windy day, I'll have Michelle come through with me and help me move these. These holes are about 12 inches apart. Now, we want tomatoes at this end, so we'll put the ones down with 24 inches apart. Then we can use this sheet somewhere else in the garden where we want the holes 12 inches apart. And you'll notice that the way we've got this, our rows are 5 feet apart, and that's just plenty of room. Well, we thank you for joining along on this windy cleanup day. If you liked this kind of project, don't forget to hit subscribe, or if you know someone else that might enjoy it, share it with them on social media. Thanks again, and as always, God bless.